We all go through a lot of things in our life, and sometimes you may not articulate it very well, or like you will probably see something and be like, I feel that too. It doesn't hit the same way, and when you read it, you're like, will I really do this? Will I really say this? I know that imposter syndrome always, comes in, but at the end of the day, you're like, you know what? All they can say is no.
So even though you still get that feeling?
Yes, every single day. But it's like, to me, it's a mental thing. It's like I have to always tell myself, you're great. You're doing great things. You can do this.
Your professional life sees you use so many different avenues and skills to communicate your message. How did you get to this point?
Hi everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Nationwide Podcast. I am Diara.
And I am Ashida.
And here with us we have
Rhe-Ann.
Thank you so much for joining us.
It's a pleasure to be here.
All right, let's get right into it. So, you have a lot of content out there online. And she says, You have a lot of content out there. And for me, it's always interesting to see how persons are on camera versus the behind the scenes. So how is it for you? Who is Rhe-Ann in front of the camera and who is Rhe-Ann off screen?
That's actually a good question. To be honest, I spend most of my time off screen. So even being here, I'm like, oh, jeez. Back to being on screen again. But to be honest, I am very much the same. Full of energy, full of life. People keep saying that like, when God made me, he like put a little extra dash of energy for me.
Wow.
So I think it's the same person. And my on-screen, you said I did like a lot of content. And I'm like, whew. The on-screen content would have been like my pretty messy days when it was like 2020, when we were all in COVID, just having some fun. That was my on-screen time. But now, 5 years later, 2025, I see myself mostly off-screen. I mostly do a lot of work off-screen, telling other people's stories. Yeah.
Cool. And in 2020, you said that you were on screen a lot more.
Yeah.
What encouraged that? Well, you said COVID, but what made you want to get a bit more on screen during that particular period of time?
So at that time, I was right out of school and I wanted to create content for myself. I wanted to create content that I loved. And it was at a time where we were all bored and like sad, and I wanted to bring some joy. Yeah. So I created Pretty Messy. I started with a yoga video because I was doing a lot of yoga and because I'm a dancer in areas. Yeah. Yeah. So I was doing yoga, and then eventually I turned to doing like recaps of the news in a very fun way. Nice. And that's basically how it grew. But after a while, I just kind of got a bit tired of being on camera.
Really?
In a weird way, yeah. Okay. And I just, went behind the scenes because actually I was supposed to start it as a blog. I was supposed to start writing. Okay. But because it was TikTok and video, it was more like everybody wants to be on screen. So even just putting myself out there, I was like, but people liked it. And up to this year, people are like, are you ever going to bring back Pretty Messy? And I'm like, the best we write. It's a virgin.
To be determined.
To be determined. Yeah.
Now, Rhe-Ann, you are certainly a Swiss Army knife when it comes to communications, as your professional life sees you use so many different avenues and skills to communicate your message. How did you get to this point?
Swiss Army knife. That's a funny one. I think it actually all starts with magazines. Wow. So I know when people hear about writers and they always think about books, but mine started with magazines. I was obsessed with like Teen Vogue, Cosmopolitan, 17. I used to cut out all of them. And I said, I want to be in a lifestyle space. So that's where it all started. And from there, I went and I studied at Mona. Okay. And the reason why I chose journalism, because the end of year project was creating a magazine. Nice. So I all had this plan in my head, and I did that. And then from there, I ended up in development space, communications for development, ended up in the travel industry, writing, and now I'm into PR. So all little paths, but all still in the same media, still into content creation, still into writing. Yeah.
And how were you able then to translate those skills from the journalism side into now PR?
Well, they actually did tell you when I was studying journalism that journalists make the best PR professionals. They do. And I'm living proof. So the transition was because, funny enough, I studied journalism, but I never wanted to be a reporter. I give credit to you guys.
Thank you.
I said, I don't want to be a reporter. I still want to be in that lifestyle space. But I just transitioned more into the corporate world and corporate writing. And when you tell people that you study journalism, they don't really see the vision. But I saw the vision, and I was like, I'm going to get it done. So that's basically how I transitioned, did my research, realized the different avenues that journalism and writing can get you, and put in the work, and I got there.
You did. And know that we're on the whole topic of writing.
Yeah.
You've written articles for a lot of big names. I saw the one that you did on the prettiest cafe or prettiest restaurant in Barbados.
Yeah, Paloma.
Yeah, Paloma.
Yes.
So, and you've written for people like, I see here, Coffee, as well as Barbados' very own Nico Taro, who plays a major role on Grey's Anatomy. Yeah. Tell us about those two articles in particular. How did they come about, and what was your process in actually writing them?
Okay, so
start your day with the Nation News e-paper. Enjoy the accessibility and new upgrades of the Nation News e-paper daily, whether on our mobile app or Nation News website. For added convenience, use our new audio read feature, which reads the newspaper aloud, or look in the archives for any publications you may have missed. Get your news, your time, your way with the Nation News e-paper, and enjoy our new upgrades.
Okay, so Coffee, up to now, that's still like one of my favorite articles to talk about, because at that time I was just out of school, and you know when you're out of school, you're just basically trying to just create your own writer's voice, create your own writer's tone. And at that time, I had just applied to work for this really small Caribbean publication, and it was all about telling Caribbean stories. And I remember Coffee had toast, and she had all these different songs, and I was like, I love this girl. I want to interview her. So I shoot my shot.
Wow.
I emailed her team, and then funny enough, the editor at that small publication knew someone from that team, so then it all just came together. And it happened over Zoom. Did we have Zoom at that time? It happened over video. And it was very beautiful, because you know sometimes when you interview over a screen you don't feel their vibe, but her energy was amazing. And then being an up-and-coming writer and her being an up-and-coming artist, and then us being able to share that, it just created a really beautiful piece. And I love it up to this day, because a lot is crazy and beautiful, because a lot of things that she talked about in that interview she was able to accomplish. So then just being able to basically talk to her from the beginning and then seeing that process, it was really good. And in terms of Nico Terho, well, that one came about because where I was working with at the time, we were doing this series called Best of Barbados, where we would interview people, not just Barbadians, but we also interview celebrities that were coming to Barbados that would give us their perspective on the island. And I was at a work event, and Nico was also there. Again, shoot my shot. And I was like, would you be interested in being in our series? And he also went to school with me. SMS.
Oh, okay, Cougars. All right.
You know, the best. He also went to school with me, so we had that connection. Well, he was, of course. So we did the interview at a beach, because I wanted it to be somewhere that is very much personable to him, very much about, like, I'll bring him back to his childhood. So we did it at the beach, and it was really nice. Got a lot of information. It was basically him giving a perspective of his Barbados. And it was really nice to interview not only a schoolmate, but somebody that was doing amazing things in their career, and just being able to tell their story as well.
That's beautiful. And
Yeah.
now that you mentioned the names, I butchered both of those names. For people listening and watching, do not fight me. I am sorry, but now I know. Now I know how to pronounce Coffee and
Nico Terho.
Nico Terho.
Mm-hmm.
I got
okay.
it now.
It happens to the best of us.
So I just wanted to commend you on that, because for sure
No.
in this profession,
Mhm.
sometimes I just be scared to even go and ask people for a site interview. So the fact that you did that, I commend you on that. I commend your bravery.
No, in all honesty, I will admit, each time I feel like I'm about to die on the inside.
Oh, yeah.
No, it's like, I'd be like, I'm not gonna die this way right now. I'm just gonna do it. I'm not gonna die this way right now. I'm just gonna do it. It's more of just like psyching up yourself, because they're just gonna say no. And it just makes you more confident each time. Like even up to now, when I have to like approach a new client or something, I'm like, I know that imposter syndrome always, comes in. But at the end of the day, you're like, you know what? All they can say is no.
Yeah.
So even though you still get that feeling?
Yes, every single day. But it's like, to me, it's a mental thing. Mm-hmm. It's like I have to always tell myself, you're great. You're doing great things. You can do this. Yeah. You're achieving stuff. You can do this. And I just thought, it's gonna work itself out. I'm very Delulu. Delulu is a Salulu. I'm very Delulu. I believe that being delusional gets you everywhere in life. And manifestation, be Delulu.
You got that.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So in addition to the pieces you mentioned, you also use your pen to highlight and showcase not only Bajan culture, and history, but also the Caribbean to an international market. Do you feel a sense of pride that your article can be someone's first impression of the region, and that you are tasked with that responsibility?
Being tasked with the responsibility is a lot of pressure, but it's very prideful. I'm very proud of it. So recently this year, I was able to write about the U.S. Virgin Islands for Bon Appetit. And that was a really mind-blowing, dream come true opportunity. Like when I saw the email, I was like, me? Me? Little me? But I realized from the beginning, I always wanted to tell Caribbean stories, even from my first interview with coffee. So it is a proud thing, because our region is beautiful. Yes. We are talented. We have so much to give people. And just being able to showcase that on a big platform just means a lot to me. Because we always downplay ourselves. We always don't think we're going to get opportunities. But, just really being able to do that. And to be honest, when it comes to writing our stories, nobody can write them as good as we are. We are literally living that experience. We're living it every day. So then having other people write on our behalf, sorry, I can go on and on and on. Having other people write on our behalf, it doesn't hit the same way. And when you read it, you're like, will I really do this? Will I really say this? So to be able to not only do that for Barbados, but for another Caribbean country means a lot. Because even though we're all very much different, we all have different elements that make us a bit different around the region, our essence and vibe is still the same. Mm-hmm. And that's what I want to bring out in every article that I write.
Yeah, I love that. Mm-hmm. And well, that was you writing for another Caribbean country, but of course you've also written for Barbados. I believe it was last year you wrote for the Food and Rum Festival.
Yeah.
For Condé Nast, that's correct.
Yeah, so that one was more of a video, a whole video, a full campaign. So I was working with the Barbados Food and Rum Festival for 3 years.
Wow. So
at my previous job. So for 2 years, we partnered with Condé Nast to basically showcase the festival, highlight the festival to U.S. travelers. And what was really beautiful about that campaign, one, because it was Condé Nast, back to the whole lifestyle, back to the whole magazine, back to the whole lifestyle. I was like, ooh, dream come true. When I learned that I was going to be the lead for that, I was in a boardroom, so I couldn't scream, but inward I was like, my God. So I was like, and it's not only that, it was 3 things that made it amazing. One, yes, I get to, collab and work with an international organization, but 2, to be able to showcase our festival in a big way and to showcase our talent in a big way. And then 3, not only being able to make that connections, but learning from these entities and then having those skills, learning from those entities and then being able to adapt those skills and execute those skills in anything that I do now. So that was a really beautiful campaign, and it taught me a lot. It taught me a lot, and it made me a bit more appreciative not only of Barbados but our local talents. It's just going, because one aspect of that campaign was banner ads. So literally going on Vogue and seeing the Fat Barbados Food and Wine Festival on their homepage was like, yeah, okay, that is amazing.
Right. Your mantra for the best rewrite is eat, one of my favorite things, travel, another one of my favorite things, and live. So tell us why that mantra is perfect for you.
Okay. So first, let me say what the best rewrite is, because I don't think I said it properly. So the best rewrite is my writer's brand, or I guess my brand now. So this year, I said I'm going to basically put myself out there more and showcase my work while also telling more stories about people I love and things that I do. And that's where the best rewrite came from. So the mantra, eat, travel, live. So eating, you love to eat.
Correct.
I love to eat. My friends know that. When it comes to eating, there's an inside joke about that. But I believe food is love. And also, because of working with a lot of chefs for the Food Around Festival and different things, I have like this appreciation for everything that goes into culinary and the culinary space. So then I found a love about writing about food. And then when you travel and you find good food, it makes you dance. Yeah. And then dancing makes me happy. So it's like a whole full circle thing. And then travel. I believe in traveling.
Amen.
I think that if you can and you have the ability to see the world. Like, it changes your perspective. You understand more about yourself, about life, and just being able to walk around a different country and just like explore and do things. Yes, I'm an adventure traveler, leisure. Do not take me shopping. Hate it. Wow. Hate it.
Really?
Nope.
Crazy.
Nope. I would not go to New York and shop. I would go to New York and just walk around and see the buildings and do all the adventure stuff.
Interesting.
Yeah. So you can't take Rhe-Ann on a shopping trip. But yes, so traveling. I want to reach every single continent. I want to reach every Caribbean country because I just want to explore and see all of the beautiful things that the world have to offer. And so yeah, that's why travel is one of them. And then live. I know when I put like the slogan, love would have sounded much better, but live, like you only have one life to live. I believe in romanticizing your life. I believe that, again, like, yes, we have a lot of challenges. Yes, we have a lot of tribulations, but you only got one life to live, so you have to live it. And that's what I try to do every single day. But then also live is also about, apart from all the stories that I share, I want to share personal essays on the best rewrite, because we all go through a lot of things in our lives, and sometimes you may not articulate it very well, or like you will probably see something and be like, I feel that too. So those personal essays I want people to be like, I feel that too. I can't deal with this. I understand that. So there's actually this essay that I'm working on for the whole live section of Best Rewrite called The Hard Pills of Adulthood.
Oh, I'll be looking forward to it.
Because adulting is ghetto. And we can all feel that pain. So I was like, let me just write about it. So that's where eat, travel, live comes from.
Okay. Yeah, on the eating part, because for me, something that I've experienced when I am writing about food events, especially in terms of describing the taste, I find it really hard to be creative. I think it's the same. Oh, it was scrumptious, it was crunchy. How are you able to differentiate and to highlight the unique aspects of the different food events that you write about and you create about?
Because I don't just focus on the food. I focus on the person behind the food. So if you just focus on the textures and taste, there's only a few for adjectives and words that you can use. But when you talk to the chefs and you talk to the people and you get those other perspectives, it makes a much easier story to talk about. So like, for example, let's say, okay, yes, Chef Renee, because I always you have all these local chefs in Barbados, and each and every one of them have a story. So when you talk to the chef, you can ask them like, why did you choose this dish? What goes into it? And then, especially when there's different themes, they're gonna be like, my inspirations from like cheese pastry when I'm growing up, and then I elevated it. Some of them could be like, I used to cut this with my granny, and then I elevated it. So going deeper and just asking them, what's the inspiration, and not just your living experience with that food, other people's experience helps make a really good article.
I love that people-centric approach. That's beautiful.
Yeah, because Barbados is all about our people, and Caribbean is all about our people. That's what makes us different. Our people.
Our people. I love that. Love that. And well, you've spoken a lot about what you've done and you've achieved so much so
Thank you.
far. But what are you looking forward to doing that you can share?
What am I looking? That is a great question. Wow. Okay. The one thing I'm looking forward to doing is to create more content on the Best You Write. I've realized that I tell a lot of other people's stories and everything, and having that your own platform, you're just able to put your voice more into stories. So having that content that's really understanding Rhe-Ann's voice and doing more to showcase my work, because I'm really bad at showcasing my brand and showcasing my work. It's just hypocritical because I always tell my clients, you have to put yourself out there. So you can look forward to me putting myself out there more, having more stories. So I have this series that I'm going to do called the Written with Love. And it's a series where I interview different people that not only that I love, but have inspired me and inspired different people.
That's so sweet.
So that is what you can look forward to on the Best You Write. Yeah. And I just finished the website, so hopefully that I have it up. No, it's up. Hopefully that I promote it before this comes out.
And we definitely look forward to more from you. And we just want to thank you, Rhe-Ann, for joining us today. It was a pleasure speaking with you.
It was a pleasure being here.
I enjoyed speaking with you. Thank you to our viewers for tuning in to this episode of Nationwide. Don't forget to check out our YouTube channel, our website, and any platform where you listen to your audio podcasts for this episode and more.